Hello, I'm Bob Marks, and this is Astrology Now. This is the program for people who want to learn about astrology. What a week we have coming up, folks. On March the 8th, there's going to be a total eclipse of the sun. Eclipses have been feared since antiquity. But yes, they could bring disasters sometimes, but they can also bring great opportunities. It depends on what they hit in your horoscope. Do you have any planets at 18 degrees in your horoscope when you were born? If you do, the eclipse is going to hit you. You can find out more about your chart by going to my website, bobmarksastrologer.com, and ordering a reading on your chart. And if you just want to learn more about astrology in general, I also have over 200 pages of free astrology lessons on that website. So find out everything you want to know about planets, houses, signs, and even what's coming up. Now, what else is happening here? The planet Mars is changing signs. It's going to be going into the sign of Sagittarius. Mars has been in Scorpio for the past few weeks, and oh, has that been heavy. Sagittarius is a much lighter and breezier sign. So that's going to be lightening things up. But that Mars is also going to be hitting the horoscopes of several of the presidential candidates. It passes right over Hillary Rodham Clinton's Jupiter. That's going to energize her. It's going to, her campaign will be picking up. She will be energized. She will have some luck, extra luck. Now, Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio have the planet Neptune there. And it's going over their Neptune. That could increase their charisma. That's one effect. It also could mean confusion. It could mean that their campaigns take a sudden turn that they weren't expecting and had nothing to do with them. Now, the planet Mercury is going to be going into Pisces this week as well. Mercury is not too happy in Pisces. Mercury in Pisces is great for the imagination, but it can bring a lot of confusion. And you know how many false reports there are in the news every day? Well, that's going to increase when Mercury is in Pisces, especially because this is an election year. Mercury is going to be making a 90-degree angle with Mars by the end of the week. That's Friday. Watch out for arguments. Mercury will be in the sign of Aquarius. Mars will be in Scorpio. These are fixed signs, and fixed signs never give in. So be careful of getting involved in arguments over the next few days, because the arguments will get blown out of all proportion and they will never end. So be very careful of that. On top of that, this Sunday morning, very early, the sun is going to be squaring Saturn. That makes for difficulties, especially for those in positions of power, authority, and influence. This has an effect the couple of days before, so that's going to be in effect on Friday and Saturday as well. Now, when Saturn is activated like that, when Saturn is squaring the sun, you can't ignore problems. You just have to dive in and work on them and get them done. Now, more about the candidates. The planet Saturn is going to be the planet Saturn has already been active. It's in the sign of Sagittarius. So this has already been affecting Marco Rubio. Rubio's campaign never really got going. Why? Saturn is opposite his sun sign. It's dragging him down. And Saturn is going to be turning retrograde, and that's going to affect him even more strongly. So Rubio has a big problem there. How about Ted Cruz? Ted Cruz is born with the sun in the first degree of Capricorn. Well, that's why he is where he is. That can catapult you before the public and get you known. But still, Saturn is his ruling planet, and Saturn is having a 90-degree angle, a square, with the planet Neptune, the planet of confusion. So Ted Cruz has a problem as well. Now, Donald Trump is a Gemini, and Saturn is again opposite his sun. But Donald Trump's sun is at the end of Gemini, around 22 degrees. Saturn goes up to 16 and a half degrees of Gemini, and it's going to go retrograde. It's going to be moving away from him, and that's going to give Trump a window of opportunity. That window of opportunity will end in August, because that's when Saturn goes forward. And this time, the Saturn will complete an opposition to his sun by January. What does Saturn do? What effect does it have? It slowly strangles you. This is a politician. Sometimes Saturn goes opposite the sun and you get what you've worked for long and hard. But Trump won't. He's going to have long-term problems here after August. That's all we have time for today, folks. Until next time, this is Bob Marks for Astrology Now saying, may the stars be with you.